trembles, the earth it shakes. The water is rising in the lakes. The clouds they gather, the winds tonight. I can feel it in the air, it's coming all right. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Say hello to David and Mark. Get ready, the show is about to start. Keeping you informed at every update so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Flash across the screen, nature's power in all its scenes. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. To like and share. Say hello to David and Mark. Get ready, the show is about to start. Keeping you informed at every update so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. And share. Storm warnings flash across the screen. Nature's power in all its scenes. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share.
Had to get my mic turned on.
I hear you fine, Dave. You hear me okay?
Yeah, you're great. Boy, I tell you,
All right,
it's turned
sounds
into
good.
an active day out there, hasn't it?
It did. They put the watch out, and we've had several severe thunderstorm warnings across the area, mostly north of Christian County, up in the Owensboro area, and across to the east of there, and down in Tennessee, south of Clarksville, moving across that way. Those have been some pretty strong storms and making some pretty good sized hail. There was a brief tornado warning over by the Mississippi River. They spotted some funnels over that way,
Yeah, I
but
saw that
there's
video.
really not much to that.
Yeah, it looked pretty ominous at the time, but it didn't look overly powerful anyway. But glad a lot of folks are on with us. There's our good friend Sealcore, old John on. He's says, "What's up?" Hey, John. And then Craig Edwards, my good friend Craig, says, "Good afternoon, David Mark." Chantel Hale says, "Hello." Rob Stahl, good evening, everyone. Thank you, David Mark, for the updates. And my good friend Daryl Bass, he says, "Hi, David Mark from Fort Campbell. There is some nasty stuff coming." And yeah, you know what? He's probably right. I'm going to zoom in a little bit down here. In fact, I think I'm going to go in here and turn off this. I'm going to pull out real quick just so everybody knows. Here is the watch area, this area in yellow. You can see it goes all the way back to the Mississippi River and then all the way over to, good grief, Lebanon, Bristol, Wise, Kentucky, over to eastern Kentucky. Anyway, and then pretty much.
That watch is in effect till 8 p.m. So it'll probably be reduced from our area as the day goes on, but it's out till 8 p.m. for all those areas off to the east of us.
So I want to go up here and fix this, take off the watch so that we can see everything a little better. Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. This gray or bluish area is a special weather statement. And basically, let me see what it says. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour with penny-sized hail. And we have seen some penny-sized hail, even nickel-sized so far. The impact is gusty winds can knock down tree limbs, blow around unsecured object, minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. This is radar indicated. And you can see, gosh, all the interstate areas. I'm not even going to try to read that whole batch. Locations impacted. Pretty much all of western Kentucky. So where you see this blue, that's what's impacted by this. As you can see, do have a pretty strong storm up here around Morganfield going back down towards Clay. That's got a lot of lightning in it. Looks like it's got some pretty good sized hail too. Let me see here what we got.
They have had some reports of I think ping pong ball size, 1.5 inch hail up in the northern part, just to the southeast of where Owensboro is.
Okay.
They had that earlier in the day, but that storm has moved off to the east.
So, this is a pretty nasty situation. It's not overly so, and it doesn't look like the tornado threat's very high, right, Mark?
Right. Most of the area is under 2%, but there is a slight risk area that covers right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border and down into Tennessee a little bit.
Right.
And it has a 2%. But the biggest threat through there is going to be the possibility for gusty winds and especially for larger hail.
Okay. Lisa Berry says, "Hello, all you Thunder buddies. It's getting dark in Oak Grove." Trish Horn says, "Hello, David Mark. Hotel Mario. Hi, guys. What's the deal with the big special weather statement?" Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see one that big, Mark.
691, this is Whiskey Sugar.
Yeah, it's unusual for them to have one that big, but that whole area of severe of thunderstorms up and down through there was a lot larger and a lot more intense a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
it started to weaken down a little bit.
Yeah, these back here to the west are now starting to strengthen now since the other ones are weakening. We'll see how that plays out next little bit. It looks like Anna James, one of our moderators, is on. She says, "Hey, y'all." And then there's Eric Brake, our other moderator, says, "Hello, David Mark. Let's go chat and like the stream." I'll go along with that. Samuel Parker, "Hello, David and everyone." And Allegra Pace, "Hi, David Mark. Good to see you guys." Good to see you too, Allegra. And then Caleb Eaton says, "Good afternoon, Thunder Buddies." Sky Horn, "Good afternoon to all." Faye and Glendale Whiting, "Hello, Thunder Buddies, David and Mark." And Judy Cunningham, "Hey, David, Mark." And Darlene A., "Hi, all. Back from Michigan to our normal storms." Yeah, it's a heck of a thing to come back to, but we're going to keep watching this.
It's springtime in Western Kentucky. What do you want?
Absolutely. Let's take a look around. I'm not sure. Now, we've been working on this cameras. and I'm not sure what they've done to me. So I'm going to kind of look here and see if I see everybody. Okay, so let's try Hopkinsville's elevator cam. There it is. It's been widened now that we've solved a lot of the problems we had with these cameras. So now we're looking at the full camera.
Yeah, when I get back from here, I gotta go finish.
There's along Skyline Drive, the Kroger area. Looks like traffic's pretty light, but we're looking at Southwest Hopkinsville now with this. So you can see it's getting dark back that way. Let's go a little further west. Let's look at the Barkley Lake camera. And nice picture. That is a really good picture. I think that it's a little bit too small. I don't know what we did to that, but anyway, it still looks good. And then let's look at the Lakeside Campground. Very nice looking. Look at that shot. We've got the full frame on that now. We can see the weather station, and that's over at Lakeside Campground Marina, one of our sponsors, and it is a beautiful shot of that lake. And then let's look at WKDZ at the WKDZ studios. That camera there, looking down on 6880, just to the west of I-24. That's the west of that interchange. And then as we go downtown Katie's, I don't know if that one, that one's still a little rough looking. It was looking at some roof damage or something there. I don't know what that was about. But I do want to maybe go to a different thing. And let me see if I can find it here. Let's look at exit 4. Let's see here. I know what I got to do. Hold on. Yeah, I got to get used to the different changes we've got. But here's exit 4 in Clarksville. You see traffic's moving along pretty good there. This is looking up 79. There would be Sam's Club there on the right and Cracker Barrel there on the left. This is as you get on to I-24 at the entrance there. And then, let's see, the next one would be the other side of that. And you can see, as you look up towards the mall area, up that way, looks like it's fairly light traffic, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. And of course, here's Riverside Drive. Traffic a little heavy on that one as it comes out of, I think that's coming out of downtown Clarksville. And we might as well look at some of that. I want to look at our Cincinnati camera. There it is. Yeah. Usually, there it is. It's moving and everything. I like the looks of it. This is looking at Covington, Kentucky. I think I want to do something different. We'll try this. There we go. That's better.
That's good old I-75.
Yes, it is. I-75 with its usual traffic back up a little bit. Not too bad, though. I've seen it worse. So, yeah, this is a nice looking shot up along the Ohio River there at the Ohio and Kentucky border. I think we're actually looking across over into Cincinnati, and this right here would be Covington, Kentucky. We're looking at, yes, Covington. So I thought you guys would like that. I do want to take a look at, let's look at Houston. And Houston is still there.
Still Houston.
Yeah, still Houston. Yeah, you can see the traffic backed up all through there.
Yeah, at least it's moving.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's see. Let's look at, what else we got? Let's look at Kansas City. We're looking for Tracy Runyon down there to jump up and down, wave her arms. But she's not out there. Yeah, she's not there right now. One more. Let's take a look at Niagara Falls. Ooh, we got a boat down there getting close to the falls. What's going to happen?
Yeah, Maid of the Mist.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they run tours and they get up. I've been there, Dave.
Yeah, but how many years ago has that been? Good gosh.
They've always been running the Maid of the Mist.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people down there looking at it.
Yeah.
They got a crane there. Maybe they're trying to lift somebody up out of the water. I don't know.
No telling.
But there is a lot of people there looking at it. That's really neat. How far up in the falls are they going to go?
They'll get up in where everybody can get good and wet. They're not going to get up to the rocks or anything.
New
but
information. This
they get close.
Storm warning has been updated.
Well, I just thought I'd let you guys see that. It's kind of neat looking, I thought. But
That's really pretty.
yeah,
Look
it
at that
is.
mist coming up off of the falls
I
too.
know.
That's neat.
I agree. Couldn't agree more. Well, anyway, back to our radar. Let's don't go away from that too far because we want to make sure that we stay on top of this.
Hmm.
Trying to find a way to get out of this thing here.
Hardy's Original
Oh,
Bag.
good grief. What in the world? Did you hear that commercial coming out?
No, I didn't hear.
Okay,
I didn't
good.
hear a thing.
Good. I'm glad of that. I don't know what's going on.
Punch the
over
wrong button.
here. Yeah, it's something here ain't doing just right.
Okay, we've got a new warning coming out somewhere. Hang on and see where it's at.
Cheatham counties. At 2:45 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 13 miles northwest of White Bluff, or 13 miles north of Dixon, moving east at 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's down in Tennessee.
Hazard.
Okay.
That's heading in the general direction of Ashland City.
Yeah, I'm having kind of a problem over here with my other screen. Can't seem to get out of it. It's weird acting. Sure, I'll figure it out
Says
here in a
this-
minute.
Yeah. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect till 3:15 for northeastern Dixon, south central and south. Oh, okay, that's the wrong one. This one I'm looking for is a little bit farther. Yeah, that's the same one. Anyway, there's a severe thunderstorm warning down in there. And at 2:45, a severe thunderstorm was located 13 miles northwest of White Bluff or 13 miles north of Dixon, moving east at 30. Hazard is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Radar indicated.
I've got everything. Say Dixon, this area right here.
Right.
I said kind of towards
That
North
warning.
Nashville, yeah. You know, while I'm
Mhm.
down here, I do want to point out we've got some new cameras down here. Here's one in Clarksville. Hang on just a second. Montgomery
It's up and
County.
working now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is up on, I believe it's City Hall up in here. It's up there in the downtown district. I'm not real sure exactly where I'm at here when I look at this, but still, I do know this is downtown district. I recognize some of the tops of these buildings, and
Mhm.
it's kind of neat. I hope that we get a chance to look at that a little bit more. 70 degrees there. And then I know the one over here at Springfield, Tennessee is up and going. And these are emergency management cameras. Well, that one's going to make me go in all the way to it.
There you go.
Yeah, you can see a pretty good storm off to the left there moving towards them. This is in Springfield, Tennessee. I think that's looking, I believe,
It's
I wonder if-
probably looking north.
I believe that's 79. That does look like it's looking no. Is that 79? That wouldn't be 79. That's oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, Danny Shoemake says, "Hey from Auburn." Amanda Barber says, "What's coming for Hopkinsville?" And Anna James says that traffic on Riverside is always horrible. Helen Frederick says overcast in Bowling Green. Ruth Cornelius, Houston traffic looks good. I have seen it worse and been in it, and she knows because she's there. Sherry Wells says, "Yep," and Janet Barry Lee Morgan, hello, and she said, "I did." Let's see here. Kim Coleman, hello from Dot, Kentucky, and Sheila Edgar says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen and Thunder Buddies." We're glad to see everybody on with us. Got several on with us today. There's Chris Meacham says, "Good afternoon, Thunder Buddies." Glad to hear we got a new pope now. Sia Core says, "Don't go to Niagara Falls or you'll be you'll get Mark started all up again." Niagara Falls. Oh my goodness, that was always a fun show. I wish I could find that little clip. I'd almost play it for everybody.
Yeah.
There's let's see here. We've got Terry Jones on with us. Says, "Good afternoon, all." Got quite a few viewers, so we're looking at these storms here. They are a little on the stout side. This one down here around Big Sandy looks to me like it's getting ready to go severe. I'm not sure what this little icon is here. Let me see what it says. Ooh, okay, we got a 1.5-inch hail there. That is a nasty storm. Why is it not severe, I wonder? It would be close. Huh.
Well, don't forget the hail marker may say that size, but that probably is not what's reaching the ground.
Well, no, this was a actual report.
Oh, is it a local
yeah.
storm report?
Yeah. And then this is from a train spotter in Benton County, at Big Sandy, Tennessee. 64-mile-an-hour winds. So that is a pretty hefty storm. I don't know why they haven't put a warning on it, but I bet you they will any time now. Let's see. The only thing threatening Hopkinsville will be these storms here around Murray, and they're moving, looks like east, maybe a slight northeast trend to it. And then we got another one back here around Sykeston, Missouri that's pretty strong looking to me. Let's see what we got here on it. It looks like that 64-degree dew point. So it's certainly capable of going severe. And then here's
What's
Martin.
their air temperature?
Go ahead. What?
What's their air temperature?
Hold on a minute. Go back to it. Okay, air temperature 64, dew point 63.
Yeah, it's gotten a little coolish behind these storms as they come in. So,
Yeah, they're not quite as stout looking as they were just a little earlier. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning up here around Greensburg, Kentucky, which is just northeast or east-northeast of Cave City. I would swear I'm hearing it rain out there, but I can't be because I don't see any rain over this. Let's see here.
yeah, the pavement's a little wet, so it may have been raining
Shower.
a few showers on us.
Terry Jones says, good afternoon, all. Let's see. Of course, they got the clip on YouTube, bunch of them. Chris Bishop says, I've seen that on the Three Stooges clips on one of their episodes. So, we're not the only ones that knows what Niagara Falls means. Anna James says, got to hop off for a bit, still at work. I'll be back later. Fat singing lady, how all can we see Fredonia, Marion area, please? So let's do that. Let's go up there to, I happen to know where they are. And here's Fredonia.
You're under that special weather statement, but you're not really, don't really have anything going on right at the moment. One little shower.
Marion's getting that little shower there, but not much to it. So,
Yeah. More stuff coming from off to your west, though.
Yeah, sure looks like it. Jim Heitzman says 2-inch hail seen in Big Sandy. Wow, that's down here, right here, and that's on that storm. They got a special weather statement. I still don't understand why that's not gone severe yet.
They may have had a severe warning on it earlier.
Could
I
be.
do believe they had a severe, yeah.
Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl says, hey, Gaia, just getting home. So glad I didn't miss you. And we're glad you didn't either, Stephanie. We're glad to see you on here with us. She's joining us on the Facebook page at Weather and Wisdom on Facebook. And Debbie Achenbach
New
Sykes says,
information.
hello, everyone.
This severe considerable destructive thunderstorm warning
what is
has
that?
been updated.
Considerable destructive thunderstorm, but I don't know where that was. It was giving that on. Sabrina Nicole McCullough, it's raining here just outside of town. Tanis Williamson, hello guys, and Rachel Baskerville. Hey David, Mark, what's Hopkinsville looking like? Just getting on. Well, right now Hopkinsville's in pretty good shape. Might be some little brief showers around here and there, but nothing much. Looks like there'll be more coming as this stuff moves up towards us, our way. But again, I don't see anything really too bad to worry about. About the other thing will be up here around Beaver Dam. We got a pretty good storm there from Cromwell up to, let's see here, covers Dog Walk, Arnold, and Rob Roy. That's a pretty good storm. Another little storm around Hartford. But again, I don't see anything too bad to worry about so far. Portland, Tennessee, around Mitchellville. Portland getting a little shower. Again, nothing much to worry about. And then Pope, Kentucky is getting a little thunderstorm. Nothing major. Blackjack. Franklin in general is pretty dry. And I think off to the west towards, Olmsted and Elkton and Russellville. Again, I don't see anything there. Let's see here. Chantel Hale 4858 is getting a pretty good shower 4.5 miles east of Fredonia. Okay, let's go back up there and look at that. That would be this one right here. So, yeah, I agree with you. It's a pretty good shower. It's not real big, though. It won't last long. So, if you're under that, it ought to be clear with you shortly. I tell you what, I like some of the work they're doing on our stuff up here. I'm not quite ready to punch any of it. I'm afraid to do it too much because they don't tell you what to show up next. But yeah, they've got some neat stuff up here. I hope. Okay, I see the other things here. But you know, if you're worried about these storms, you shouldn't worry about them, especially if you got a storm shelter. And you know what I'm talking about. I've got to try to talk to you into getting a Mid-South storm shelter because it is absolutely, those guys do the best work I've ever seen. Take a look at this and you think about it. Take a look.
It's the middle of the night and tornadic storms are approaching. The nearest public shelter is miles away and they don't allow pets. You should have purchased a Mid-South storm shelter. Mid-South storm shelters offer you the security of having your own shelter at your doorstep. These sturdy and roomy shelters come in below ground or above ground styles. Both styles accommodate 10 people comfortably and will give you peace of mind anytime severe weather threatens. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. Mention the promo code Weather and Wisdom and you will get $200 off. Financing is available.
And of course, we've got to mention Michael Vance Contracting and Roofing because if you got a storm and getting roofing damage, this is where you need to call. Michael Vance Contracting Roofing, whether it's commercial or residential, he has got the crew and he knows what to do about your roof problem. Good grief, there you are popping them warnings. You ever notice every time I go into these commercials, they want to hit them warnings up? Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I noticed that.
This severe considerable destructive
That's for
thunderstorm
ball.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And that one's just being updated.
Yeah. So anyway, give Michael a call, 270-707-ROOF. He's got all kinds of experience. He's got crews out. In fact, they are out even as we speak. It may be getting wet and having to take cover, but right now they are out. I know that for a fact. And then also Lakeside Campground Marina, he owns that as well. You saw the camera. You saw the location. There's a website. Visit lakesidecampground.com. Be sure and go there and reserve your space because they are filling up quick. And not only that, I want to remind you of Katie Moyer and Kentucky Hemp Works. Take a look at this fish attractant they've got. If you want to give yourself an edge in catching fish, you have to try Kentucky Hemp Works fish attractant. It is so easy to use, even a child can do it. A drop or two on your bait will yield amazing results. Make your fishing trip memorable. Catch lots of fish with Kentucky Hemp Works fishing attractant. Look for it in our online store at dpww.shop. Supplies are going fast, so place your order today. And like I said, dpww.shop is the store location.
A new severe thunderstorm
Here we
warning
go.
has been issued.
Anyway, dpww.shop. Go there to see the merchandise and the hemp work stuff, and then it also has.
Destructive thunderstorm warning has been issued.
I'm gonna have to give up on these commercials. These warnings quit coming out. I mean, I'm glad that they're coming out to warn everybody. I hate that they're doing it
New
though.
information.
Good
This
grief.
severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
All right, so now here we go. It also has a link to shopweatherandwisdom.com.
New information. This severe
What is
considerable
wrong?
destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Okay, now, anyway, give it a try, take a look at it, and I think you'll be happy with what you see there. And let's go back to the radar, see what all the excitement's about. And still, I don't see anything too worrisome other than back here to the west a little bit. This back around Murray is getting a little stout, looks to me like.
Yeah. Michael Henderson, yes, we have been under a cap. It's kind of keeping these things from romping too bad as they go across us. You notice that to the north and south of us, they've gotten pretty strong and even severe, but over the Christian County area and, the typical suspects when we have a cap, things have been pretty sparse.
Yeah, and I'm circling right here. You can see almost by looking at the radar where the cap exists. It's a strange phenomenon. I'm not sure, and I've talked to the Weather Service about this several times. They said, well, the first thing you got to do is prove that it's there. Well, I think we can prove it if we have enough radar shots and we can save and show to them. And then we got to prove why it's occurring. That's where the problem is. Why is it this area right here mainly where that a cap will occur? Sometimes it's a little more narrow than this. Usually it'll cover 2 or 3, 4 counties, and sometimes it'll cover 6 or 8 counties, as it seems to be doing right now. But yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty interesting phenomenon, something that will require additional study, and we'll keep trying to see what we can find out about it. But it is a phenomenon, and it does exist. What's going on here? Why have I lost on the Paducah radar? I believe Paducah is down. So let's go back to Trenton's radar. Well,
That is weird. I didn't
lost,
lose it on in here.
just lost all the radar. So let me try going to MMS. Okay, I got that back up. Now let me go try doing the single site again. There we go. Let's see, we're on. Okay, now Paducah's is showing up. And what it's doing is allowing us a little bit better eyeball on what this is coming into Hopkinsville, because it's getting close. So it was only looking at the lower areas, whereas the Paducah radar is looking a little higher up, and we can see the storm a little bit better. This is a big sandy boy. It's bad on any of the radar, it seems like. That's a pretty nasty storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then these back around Hickman are a little bit strong. It's interesting. Go back to the Hopkinsville site or the Trenton site. Yeah, you can still see this is pretty decent little rainfall. Take a look over at that camera over there on that part. You're looking at the backside, you can see the rain coming in pretty good. That would be this area. If you're looking at the thing, it'd be this area right in there where this camera is showing. Let's see here. Let's go back and look at Lakeside again real quick. They should be clear of rain, and they are. Look at Barclay, which is a little closer to the Katy site. They're getting a little rain coming in there. So, yeah, it looks like, come on here, Dave. I keep my fingers are wanting to go to town on this stuff. I think we're going to do have to do a little more resizing on those cameras, but they're basically a lot better than what they were. We're still working on them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, a lot of this stuff is a work in progress as we prepare to unveil the next version of weather across this region, and I think you're going to be highly, highly impressed. I can't wait to show it to you, but not ready to unveil it just yet. A few people have seen it, and those that have seen it just going ape over it. I can't wait to show it to you guys and share it with you. So it looks like we're still watching around Hartford and Central City up in Muhlenberg County. Pretty nasty storm up here around Paradise. Looks like it's going to be coming into, well, Simmons is probably getting it already. Prentice may be catching it. McHenry. I see a little marker here. Let's see. Okay, we got a reported quarter-size hail at a machine shop in McHenry. So that was, who reported? Public reported that. So yeah, we're getting some hail right here. That is severe if that ends up being the case. So this storm would be going severe here shortly. If
Severe,
that is the case.
yeah.
Then as we go back towards Seabury, see a pretty good storm there. Poole's getting a good one. Robards, Tunnel Hill, Dixie, Jonesburg. Boy, a lot of people catching some pretty good rain out of this. And then coming down a little further south, down around Wheatcroft, around Clay, getting some pretty good rains. And still going further south, around Marion, looks like they've just had a pretty good storm or still getting a little bit. And then south of there into Crane, looks pretty nasty, pretty heavy rains. And let's see here. Still down here around Katie's, getting some showers. It's pretty showery, steady rain right in here. Roaring Springs up to Caledonia, and then back towards 272 towards the western 6880 intersection. Newstead's catching it. Roaring Springs, as I said. And this will be moving into Hopkinsville shortly, as it's already getting into Gracie. Should be able to go back to that camera now. Let's see here. Should be seeing rain on this one right here, and yes, in fact, we are. So that is an idea of the kind of rain we got coming down. Pretty good rain. And that camera shot was from about right in here somewhere. No, I take it back. Right over here, 24 and 68. So that camera shot was right about in there. Okay, so yeah, we're getting some rain here now at the studio a little bit. There's Ben Lewis out there looking around.
Yeah, Linda Valentine says, "What's Hopkinsville in for? So far, just rain and rainy showers. But there are thunderstorms both north and south and west of us. So we're keeping an eye on what they're doing. The general trend across most of them seem to be weakening a little bit."
Caleb, eating anything down my way at all? Let's see, Caleb, I can't remember where you guys are. Seems to be like you're north of Hopkinsville, but I could be wrong. That Singing Lady, Thunder in Marion, and I can see why you would be getting that. That would be with this storm right here, and that's a pretty good storm. And its movement is a little bit different the rest of them. It's moving south. It's like, well, I don't know. This is kind of a confused area of what direction it's moving in.
Yeah. Put it in motion. You'll get a better feel for it.
Sure can. I'll just say live caption. Okay, let me kill that. I think I can.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, Marion, you're about to have, well, you've got some heavy rains coming over you right now. So, yeah, these are all moving northeast. East, northeast. So if we do that and go back here, look at there. So you can see these dissolving as they get towards the border. Look at this. See, look at it, just dissolving. There's enough of a cap to keep some showers in there, but it's eroding the storms, as you can see when it comes in.
If you look at the storms in the west, the general trend on them is to be getting weaker too.
Yeah, look at that. There's one popped up really strong, but let's see what this does. Yeah. I mean, you can just see it plainly on radar. This little cap in here we have over us, and it's covering several counties, but it's not allowing any strong storms to get up in here. Caleb Eaton, okay, he's down around Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Mark, I remember that.
Yeah.
And Evan Miller says, "Hi, how are you?" And we're good, Evan. Good to see you. I know. Caleb, I know it's hard to spell correctly when you're trying to type, but I understand that. Yeah. But, well, let's look down here. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and that's with this storm right here, and it's bearing down on Goodlettsville. Let me get a little closer.
Yeah. It's over by Ashland City, and it's a pretty stout storm. In fact, it's got a little bit of a a little bit of a hook on it, but I can't really see. Let me look at the rotation in it.
Down around Petway is where some rotation.
It's not real strong though.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. You know,
Wind gusts about 40 at the moment.
I swear I'm trying to find Goodlettsville on here, and I know Goodlettsville as well as I know anything, and I don't see it.
It's up in the northeast corner of that warning, where it kind of bends a little bit.
Okay, now I see. There's Hendersonville. I recognize those two peninsulas anywhere. So yeah, Goodlettsville is right here. So as we pull out, yeah, it looks like this storm's headed right for you there, Caleb, or at least pretty close
New
to you.
information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
It is severe, but it doesn't appear to be tornadic or anything like that. Take a closer look at it through the Nashville radar. Yeah, that's a nasty storm.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like it's got a little bit of a hook to it, but the winds don't really support too much of anything going on there.
Yeah, it's indicating 2¼ inch size hail.
That's plenty enough to have rotation in the storm.
So it looks like this part will track just south of Goodlettsville, Caleb, but you're going to get nailed pretty good, it looks like. Tammy Tatum says, bless you. Thank you, Tammy. Chantel Hill, 4858. Pea-size hail, 4.5 miles east of Fredonia.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Send that on to National Weather.
Send that on National Weather Service.
Yeah.
We'll report it
Pea-size
for you,
hail.
Tammy.
4.5 miles east of Fredonia, reported by public.
Yep. Let's go back up there and look at that. Yeah, that storm right there is doing pretty good too. That's romping her a little bit. See if I can get a little bit closer radar shot there. That's been pretty persistent over Marion in that area for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good storm there around Paradise. That's a nasty storm there too. One and a half inch hail there. Greensburg and Campbellsville both getting a pretty good storm, or about to get a pretty good storm up around Campbellsville. Black Gnat and Buff Boone are now getting the storm. Just has moved on up a little bit. It's weakened a little. I think I'm going to put this in motion. Let's see what it's doing. Get a better handle on it from up here.
Yeah. At 3 p.m., we had a report from 4 miles east-southeast of Big Sandy when that storm went through there of a measured 2-inch hail from a train water.
And look again, this is a good example still of the cap. This is showing a little bit of strengthening here, but not much. This is all has weakened down, and you can see it's still in it. It's trying to break it, but it's not having much luck. This storm up here is severe. This would be About to hit
New
Cool
information.
Springs.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Skyview, Prentice, you're going to be getting nailed here pretty quick. I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It sure does help us a lot. Makes YouTube really happy with us when we get more subscribers. And the likes helps as well. So if you haven't hit like on the page, very simple, easy thing to do. Just hit like. But if you subscribe, they may ask you for your email address. It's good to give it to them. They're not going to do anything with it. You won't be hearing from them. It's no cost to subscribe. But it helps us out a lot. Looks like this back side right here might be the back end of it.
It seems to be. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to reduce that severe thunderstorm watch any as those storms move through, but so far they haven't.
Well, you know when they'll do it. When everybody has stepped down except us.
Yep, pretty much.
I sometimes think they're watching us. I'm going to make these guys suffer a little bit and stay a while. Dang, I lost my drink.
They do have watches on off to the east and on off to the south of this current watch that's there. So they are expecting this activity to continue past 8 p.m. It's just going to be out of our area by then.
Yeah, you can see right here. There's the low right there. It's moved up a little further from where it is. Watch this as it rotates. See there?
Yep.
Caleb Eden, what kind of radar thing do y'all use? This is called Radar Omega. We have now obtained our own radar that we will unveil with the unveiling of the other thing I'm going to show you guys. Is Tammy still up there?
She's not in the room right now.
That's Dave. You could run that cup up here to me.
She said she had to go
Okay.
pick up her kids.
Oh, okay.
Dave
That's
wants to know
Dave.
if you
Go ahead.
run his cup up there to him.
Sure.
Well, let's see here. I'm going to look at this Clarksville site again. See if we see anything. A lot of showers, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Overall, it's turning into just a wet afternoon, but it's not nearly as severe as they were expecting it to be initially.
Well, it started out pretty strong. And,
Yeah.
it has
There's,
really
there's still storms off over in just the corner of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Missouri there. They're still popping up little individual discrete cells that could do something, but so far they seem to just pop up and then die off.
Lynn Hartford says, is this going to be an all-nighter? Oh, Lord, no. This ought to be over with. What time is it? It's 3:19.
Yep.
I think I'd be hard-pressed to go another good hour, but we'll see. Before it moves on off to the east. It's moving pretty good right now.
It is. These storms have picked up a little bit more speed. Before they were moving so slow, it's not funny.
Earl Bass says, never underestimate a little blip. You're right.
Nope. That's why we watch those little blips to make sure they don't turn into something big and nasty all of a sudden.
Jacob B says that might be one of the biggest special weather statements I've ever saw. You know, he's right. I don't think I've ever seen one that big. Boy, it sure has been a time, everybody. We have been working hard here trying to get this thing upgraded. But I think when we're ready to unveil it, it's going to be really good. But it takes a lot out of you, especially when you get interrupted with severe stuff. So then you stop everything. You got to go back and leave the things you had worked on the computer here that we're running on. And then hopefully you come back, pick it up where you left off. And our computer expert is busy writing code and getting all that stuff taken care of. John Bruce Ferguson, I always underestimate blips in southwest Ohio. That area shreds 90% of storms. That would be a cap as well, I would say. We'll have to go up and look at that one of these days.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. I'm sure there's different regions that for whatever geographic feature or other stuff that goes on can get these caps on top of them. And they're just a small enough feature that nobody's really researched them much yet.
No, it's not real big. And it's so changeable. You can still see it, presence of it, a similar presence over the Hopkinsville, Cadiz area.
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius says, "What to check news? New Pope elected pretty fast, but I am sure they're all glad now." Yeah. The Pope is from Chicago. I don't think we've ever had an American Pope.
No, they said this is the first American Pope ever.
Well,
And he has been named Pope Leo the 14th.
I wonder if his name was always Leo.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it sounds like the good rains have hit our area now.
Yeah, his original name is Robert Prevost.
Flight 83, this is Whiskey Sugar Delta Bravo.
Robert was his name, is what Ruth says. She says, and she's giggling. John Bruce Ferguson. Now we need to go do a biblical study of his name and see what it really means. Eric Brake says, Jacob B, bodies of water can either add energy or remove it from a storm depending on the temperature. And he's right. When the storms cross these lakes right here, in the springtime, they do tend to diminish. I mean, watch this one as it goes across. You see it weaken. Watch. See it? It was yellow, and then it weakens to green. Do you know what causes that phenomenon, Marcus?
It's very similar to a sea breeze effect, except it's over the lakes. The cooler temperatures cause a downward vertical motion over the lakes.
Yeah, that's right. It's because the lake waters haven't warmed up to summer temperatures yet, so therefore, when the storms come across the lakes, those cooler air tends to diminish them. Whereas in the summertime, after the lake waters heat up, it could actually intensify the storms. So that's one little piece of information. 70 Rogue says Leo is Pope of social justices. Theocor, don't know if I want coffee or Coke, so drinking both. Oh, me. You got to admire old John.
Yeah. He's drinking coffee with a little Coke in it.
Yeah, I guess. Coca-Cola, that is.
Yes.
Let's see here. Jacob B says, Eric Brake, that's very cool. I never really thought about it before. Talking about the temperatures and how that affects the storms. Stephanie wrote, oh my heart would be racing. If yeah, I know, me too. I can't handle that much caffeine.
What will be tomorrow, Tammy Tatum? My name or the weather?
Robin Nicola Keiko says Coke Zero is the best in my humble opinion. You know, I've gotten where I can't really drink any of them. I am high. We're drinking a diet cherry slush. So I don't know. Got sweet, I guess, but not the caffeine. Ruth Cornelius said, I switched to water with lime after work. Water with lime. And what else, Ruth? What else was it you were going to say? I'm just joking. I do like the old-fashioned cherry Coke, so. Yeah, this is it's still killing the storms, though, as they come towards Hopkinsville.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch this
I
storm
noticed
right
everything.
here. Let's watch this storm just north of Mayfield. Watch what it does when it gets over here. Watch it just diminish.
A new severe thunderstorm
Definitely
warning
what it
has
seems
been
to be doing.
Yep. We got a gentle rain here. Tammy Tatum, she says he just thinks it's diet. LOL. Okay, Tammy, I'm gonna get on to you. Andrea Cook, what's going on with the weather? Just topped on from cooking supper. Well, it depends what you're cooking, is whether we're going to tell you or not. Seriously, Andrew, we just got some stuff in the area. A few storms, nothing right now too serious.
Yeah. And a lot of it seems to be running out of steam as it comes across our area and even down into Tennessee and to the north.
Yeah,
so as that low moves on to the east, that's going to take some of the energy away, and they may start trimming that watch off from the west.
Yeah, Caleb Eaton is here in Goodlettsville, and it looks like it's almost to him, but it doesn't look as strong as it did.
Mm-mm.
In fact, everything seems to have a general weakening effect, it appears. Look at this. Remember, we say, watch this storm right here. The one over Mayfield. You'll see what happens as it gets over. I bet you it turns out to be nothing by the time it gets across the lakes.
Yeah. Even though it just now really fired up.
Yep. I fear not. Let's see here. Nicole Smith, I will be driving from Bowling Green to Auburn at 4. Will it be really rainy then? Probably over that way, yes. But it's not going to be anything special. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything heavy or anything, Nicole. I'll go over that way. We'll take a close look. In fact, I'll even change the radar over there. Right now, there's nothing. So in about 30 minutes, you'll be coming from Bowling Green down this road here towards Auburn. I bet you don't have any trouble at all.
Yeah. Make it a little wet.
Andrea Cook says country fried steak with gravy and some taters. Ooh, look out. I'm going to eat with her. You're welcome, Nicole. Jacob E., we got 2 supercells to our south and north in Albany, Kentucky. We're getting ready for some possible hail. Let me see if I can go over here and take a little closer look over that way for you. Should be able to get the Jackson radar. If I can find it.
Kind of hiding underneath some of that stuff, I think.
Yeah, I'm having to look out hard for it. There it is. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. There's Albany right here, and got a pretty good one just across the border, and then one just to your north. This one right here would be the one that will have the hail in it. That one right there looks the worst, but I believe it's going to go just south of Albany. Rita Taylor says, hi guys, just getting in late to catch you. What's up for Beulah at the crossroads? Thunder on the distance, but the sun's peeping out. I've been planting sunflowers and zinnias. What do you think, Mark? Wasn't paying attention, was he? Let's see here.
No, I'm getting some information from the National Weather Service feed.
Oh, okay.
So they are starting to trim it from the west.
Well, let's see. Let's go in and see what the
all the counties in Kentucky around us. That's just a wash. They have that.
pretty good severe thunderstorm up here around Cool Springs and Highview.
Yeah.
Another pretty good one right back here near Central City. I'm surprised that one isn't severe. Showing 1-inch hail.
Yeah, but when the hail marker says 1 inch,
Yeah, no,
rarely is it that big. Yeah, it's rarely that size reaching the ground.
Back down here at the Clarksville camera, see what they got. I can see some Virga, rain falling off out here in the west. Stone Mayfield's trying to hold together, but it's definitely not strengthening any further. Let's see here. Shakable, how long before it passes through Beaver Dam? Beaver Dam is right in the middle of this right here. inch and a quarter, no, inch, almost 2-inch hail, 1.75 inches in hail,
Mm-hmm.
reported by the emergency manager, golf ball size hail up here around Beaver Dam. That's a nasty storm. And now you just issued a special weather statement on this. This area right here is probably some of the worst I see. Central City over to, let's see, Cromwell, North Beaver Dam, up to about, Pleasant Ridge, back to Maxwell and Livermore.
Last station, go ahead. Whiskey Chicken Delta Bravo 280.
Hey, Mark, take a look at this. Look at the Nashville camera. Look at this.
I see that. Hang on.
Looks like hail coming down. I can't tell. That's a tail cloud, I guess, but it looks that. That's pointing towards the precipes. That's not a good sign right there.
No.
We're looking
I'm
at
not
this.
seeing any rotation on it either yet.
Well, that's a heck of a feature. Maybe looking at a shelf cloud sideways.
New information. This severe thunderstorm
Could be.
has been updated.
The whole Nashville area is under a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment.
Yep.
But that's probably looking at that
Dew point
storm up
69.
to the north.
Dew point 69 degrees though. Camera is right here.
Yeah, so that's probably looking up to their northwest.
Yep. It'll be back over this way. Get up here where we can see it all. So here's the camera right here. It looks like it's looking back up. Tail.
Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation in that area, but not a lot.
Yeah, it looks to me like there's a little lowering right here. It's got to be hail, I would think.
Probably so.
Kind of a scary feature. If I were looking at this, I'd be a little bit concerned.
Yeah, there's definitely hail reported on some of this, or hail markers on the storms down there. I haven't seen any hail reports.
Sally Grimes says she can barely hear me talking, but can hear you just fine. Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? William Guston says he can't hear anyone. Russell. Thank you, Fleet. Well, she says she hears me just fine. It must be her. Jacoby hears us fine, and Andrea Cook hears us both. Okay, so that's good. See, of course, says you were just talking lower, I think, but sounds fine to me. Trish Horn says she can hear me. Okay, so we're good. Well, for those of you who are looking at this, we're watching this, what appears to be, I don't know, Mark, is this a wall cloud?
I'd be hard pressed to say. I'm still trying to get a good handle on what part of the storm that is. There is a little bit of a feature on that storm that's up to the northwest of Nashville. It's heading across. The whole Nashville area is under severe thunderstorm warnings right now, several different ones.
I'm watching it. This appears to be doing something. I can't tell if it's rotating or what that is exactly. That was hail. You can kind of see hail sitting on top of this roof here now. That was a pretty good hailstorm there. See a little white. Yeah, that roof's got a lot of hail sitting on top of it. He, of course, says it just looks like heavy scud to him. I'm glad that he's a computer scientist and not a meteorologist. David Harvey says he can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some rotation around Brooklyn Heights, just north of the perimeter.
Well,
In Nashville?
Yeah.
That's about right. That's about the area I was looking at.
Okay.
There is a little bit of rotation in there, Dave, just in that storm up to the northwest of Nashville.
that sure
But-
looks like a wall cloud to me.
Gosh, I'm seeing
Yeah.
rotation.
It's been persistent. It's been there for quite a while now, as you know.
Yeah,
And it's
it's definitely changed a little shape, though. But
yeah, it's pointing back still towards the precip, which would also indicate what wall clouds do. That little appendage. See it?
I see it.
Well, it's getting a little closer to the camera now, so I don't know. It's sure would like to do something. It looks to me like, but it's not. It's not yet. Again, we're looking at Nashville, Tennessee. There's the Bell South Tower. They call it the Batman Tower. And this is certainly a feature we're watching.
I know, isn't that neat?
But it doesn't look like it's got enough oomph to do anything more than what it's doing right now.
No, not really. Even if that is any kind of a funnel spinning around, it's not really doing much as far as getting farther toward the ground.
You can kind of see it spinning a little here. So, yeah, that's not quite a funnel cloud, but it's getting close.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a hail core right here.
Yeah.
See, of course, says, I'm glad I'm not a meteorologist either. I'd call in sick every day. We like you just like you are there, John. Nikki Morris says, how is Island, Kentucky? Yeah, we better go back up here and look around. Let's see what we're talking about. Let's see, Mark. Island, Kentucky. Let me go over here and change radars too. Well, this storm right here around Central City looks absolutely terrible. South Carrollton. That is a nasty, nasty storm. Look at how intense it is.
Yeah.
How is it that
They do have a special weather statement on it now.
Yeah, but big deal. That should be severe warned, it looks to me like.
Yeah. 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail.
Caleb says it's his dictation keeps messing up. I keep trying to say it's thundering in Madison, Tennessee. Let's see. Eric Breaks says changing shape in the time that David started watching it. Yes, it did. It sure did. You know where is Island? I've seen that 100 times. I can't think of where it is. I want to look that up for Mickey Morris.
Sorry.
There it is. I found it. Yeah, Nikki, you're pretty well clear of that nasty storm, but boy, it's bad down to your south. Really bad. So here is Island, and you can see the radar, all this right here, but this is all going away from you. Now, this back here is coming your way, but it's nothing serious. But this right here is pretty nasty around South Carrollton. I know everybody's still curious about what's happening in Nashville. I'll go back there real quick and we'll look one more time. The storm's pretty stout. Okay, so our wild clouds moved on off out of the frame, but you can see these areas of heavy rain right here. Then you can see that white's disappeared off this roof, so that was hail laying on top of it. So it's pretty good hail, looks like. Darlene, is Marion clear yet? We'll go up here real quick and look for you. Let's see here. By the way, that storm that was north of Murray, that's what's left of it right there.
Yep. Kind of as predicted.
Oh, Dave Powell knows his weather, don't he? Okay, let's see here. Marion. I got to remember where Marion was, Mark. I can't remember. Should be right here in front of me.
Yeah, you found it earlier.
Yeah, I've looked at these screens too much, though. I have a tendency to. There it is. I found it. Marion is almost in the clear. It's right here. Yeah, you've only got a few light showers around, Darlene. I don't see anything much for you to worry about. I think you're good. Rita Taylor, just in time. The temp dropped, sprinkling a bit now, and windier, no sun now. William Guston said came in for a few seconds and back off again. Let's see. I think he was over around Russellville.
Probably so. There, except for down in the Nashville area, there's no more warnings in our coverage area.
We're pretty well about to be done. This up here around Central City still worries me a little bit. I don't understand why they have no warnings. Why do they not warn for that? I don't understand that.
Well, the storms up around Owensboro, Madisonville, Central City, up through there are still pretty stout. So we need to keep an eye on them. There's a few discrete cells down by Union City in Tennessee, but those look like those are going to move on down through Tennessee and probably not be a factor for us up this way, but for our viewers down that way, they will be. But so far, there's no warnings on them.
Yeah, we're still just going to watch them a little bit more, but I think we're getting close to being over with as far as this region goes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Highway 41 looking up, going towards Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. I remember it now. It's in Springfield, Robertson County.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
It's for Laurel, Kentucky, and it's on off to our east. Way off to our east, right there. Near Somerset. And we're still watching this storm up here around Central City and near Morgantown. Don't like the looks of it, but I don't guess it's any worse than it was. It may actually have weakened a little bit. Fat Singing Lady says thanks, and Rita Taylor says good news.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Well, let's see here. Daryl Bass about to head home to Hopkinsville, so it looks like it won't be a bad drive. Thanks for all y'all do, and you're probably right. I don't see
New information.
much.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
And Jennifer Lewis says it's raining and sun is shining. There ought to be a rainbow out there then somewhere. Okay, Andrea Cook says I have sunshine in Herndon. I'm going to look real quick. few breaks in the clouds there. Go back to the west here. Let's look at Barkley. Let's go further back. Boy, look how calm that water is on Kentucky Lake at Lakeside Campground Marina. You're muted, Mark. It's 70 degrees there. Now I can hear you.
Yep. Yeah, we've still got cooler temperatures off to the west in the like mid 60s and a little bit farther up.
Yeah, and we're done. You can look back here to the west. See, we are finished here, and this is about to be over with. So we're close to being finished.
I would tend to agree. Even those storms that were going down into Tennessee seem to be weakening now.
Yeah, everything is calming down. Got a few severe storms on off to Nashville, further east. We'll see intense rainfall with that, but that's about it. Even Caleb's going to escape the worst of the storm. That's all going off to the south. And I'm like you, I think it's weakening somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Even the storms back here, Dixon, McEwen, Waverly, all that is just some thunderstorms, but nothing serious or severe in it. It is over there.
Yeah.
Why
They did shave the watch off a little bit, but what they shaved off was Paducah proper and McCracken County and a couple places to the north and west of there.
Of course. What did I tell you?
Yeah. It looked like a new warning up here.
It's Central City.
That's on this storm up here. Finally, they issue a warning on it.
Yeah. And 100% hail probability, 90% severe hail probability, max hail size inch and a quarter. So
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
It's out of that storm, just to the south of it.
Yeah.
Shelf cap, beautiful shelf cloud.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't use that camera.
That's one of those cameras. Oh yeah.
It's too bad. That's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
Well, even this up here where this storm was this warning was issued, it's weakening. That storm is weakening from what it was. It's a lot less now than it was a few minutes ago.
Yeah. That's out of the Louisville office, northwestern Butler County and south central Ohio County, till 4:30 p.m. At 3:56, a severe thunderstorm was located near Morgantown, moving east-southeast at 15. Hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gusts and $half size hail.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Means if you're getting hail on you right now, it's going to be coming down for a little while because that storm's not moving very fast.
No, it's not.
As soon as that storm moved into the Louisville area,
They just will go on and cancel this watch back to our west, all the way back. Really from about Hopkinsville westward.
I agree, but we're not the SPC, so.
No, but I think Paducah's the one who issued that. I don't think SPC issued it, did they?
Well, if a watch is always issued by
that's
SPC.
Right. I forgot. You're right.
But the local Paducah can start trimming that off as they choose.
It's definitely over with.
Chelsea Reese says Eli graduated today. He told his teacher he need to be a weatherman.
All right, Eli. Congratulations, Eli, if he's watching. Rita Taylor says, thank you both. Still clouds, but no rain now. And now she says, rain's back.
They'll do that.
You can see stable areas now moved into far western Kentucky. And this is just about done too. I don't care, if they do have a warning on it, it's getting close to being done. It's still a little intense, but I don't understand why Paducah didn't issue a warning when it was back here.
John's like me. He said he's glad you took the lake picture down. He was getting ready to get his fishing poles out.
Boy, that sure was nice. I thought that too.
That
when
would have
I
been
saw
perfect
it.
fishing.
It was some
Yeah.
beautiful lake water. I might look at Lakeside again just for a second. I just got to see it one more time. Oh man, isn't that some beautiful waters to fish? Whew.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Anyway, all right, let's just go back. We won't torture ourselves any longer.
Leo says,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go. You go right ahead.
Great show. Keep up the amazing work. Be safe, my friends. God bless all from Lovelaceville, Kentucky. Bit of boom boom around us.
Yeah. Lovelaceville is right up.
Yeah.
Let me find it here. I looked it up one day.
Leo, did you know that they named the Pope after you today?
I know Lovelaceville. I know where it is. I've seen it a million times. Here it is, right here to the southwest of Paducah. Let me tell you, I'm guarantee the water is a whole lot colder. I'd want to be in it, not taking polar plunge. I think she says I wouldn't want to be in it. Anyway.
Yeah.
What you said. One little storm up here around Lamasco. It's not doing anything much, but it's a little bit of a thunderstorm. So if you're up there, you're getting a little thunder, but nothing much. Just some heavy rain.
Yeah.
And as you can see, this down here continues to weaken out a little bit.
Yeah. That storm around Lamasco just popped up too. It just it was nothing, and then it just popped up strong. It'll probably go away just about as fast.
Yep. Leo says, LL sounds like a good name. Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl says, clouds really getting dark in Dawson. Hopefully they're moving out of here. Let's see here.
They're working their way on through.
Yeah, you're in good shape. They look worse than what they are because there's nothing much there. Jennifer Lewis says, come on. It's swimming weather to Michigan standards. Jennifer, I mean, you're going to have a long talk one of these days.
Yeah,
Swimming
there's
weather.
a reason I live in Kentucky and not Michigan.
Absolutely. Lamasco is now diminishing.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Mildred Sewell says, hello, Mark and David. Are we clear for tonight? I would say yes, Mildred. I think you can just relax. I don't see anything too serious at all out there. About the worst is up here around Morgantown, and it's not as bad as it was earlier. It looks like it's diminishing some.
Mark, you see that line of showers?
I just thought I'd show you a pretty scene from Pinnacle Tower. This Forest Ranger Tower in Irwin, Tennessee that we're looking at. They're up looking for forest fires. Of course, we see none. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. You're welcome, Stephanie. And then Mildred says, my radio is working great just as they were introduced. I appreciate that, Mildred. I'm glad it is working good for you. And if you look at this overall, you can tell not much left in our area, just this one lone severe thunderstorm warning, and it's up around Morgantown. It does appear to be diminishing. I would say it's going to be done here soon. All the rest of the stuff is off to the south and east of us. In fact, even this one in Nashville is looking much better now. As we look back to the west, where all this originated from, it is nothing much, just some showers around, and that's about it. Hey, Marcus, Stewart County, a new camera up. Look at this. Nice shot.
Stewart County, you said?
Yep, Stewart County EMA just came up.
Hey, neat. It's a good shot.
It sure is. And wait, we got another one.
But wait.
Wait a minute, that's the same one. That's the same one I was looking at. Hold on a minute. Let me look around here. So 1, 2, 3. Must have got a grant or something for those cameras.
Are all these EMA offices doing
Yeah,
this?
they're all EMA, sure are. Emergency management. I mean, I'm glad. That is really nice.
Paducah says they're doing a little watch trimming. Could probably get rid of most of it at this point based on the rain, cool air. Or give a little heat to the front itself. So they're still
Andrea Cook says, I wish it would warm up so I can go swimming. Andrea, trust me, the warmth is coming. Although this year may not be as warm as years past. We shall see. Let's see here. Amicia Jameson says, hey guys, can I get a check on Springfield, Tennessee? You sure can, because we now have a camera there for people to see. So here's Springfield, and here's the camera there, so you can see the conditions, what it looks like. This is Highway 41 going north into Kentucky. And so
those, there's some rain coming in from up that way, but there's nothing
Yeah.
severe right there.
no,
Right
it's just some rain showers. I don't even see any lightning in this. Look how green everything is. $71 degrees. So I hope that answers your question, Bernicia.
And they continue to trim off the severe thunderstorm watch. It's The counties west of Mayfield are out of it, and Paducah's out of it. Still going on down on the Tennessee side there, but they are slowly trimming it. And Slack says that they will be probably trimming some more.
Okay, looks like they're fixing to take Christian County out. It's blinking.
Yeah, they were talking about the rain cooled air and other such is probably going to preclude any more severe for the rest of the day.
I don't know, it was just blinking, but they never did take it out, so I guess we're still in it.
Maybe like the other time where they took it out and then, oops, no, we didn't mean to take that many out.
Oh my goodness. Kayla says, what about Morgantown, Mark? You can see there's a lot of lightning and thunder going on just to the north. It looks like this storm is going to pass off to the north of Morgantown, but it's going to be close. It'll get some into Morgantown, but it's considered severe. But again, I don't see anything really bad in it now. It has weakened.
Yeah.
Thunderstorm warning.
There is a camera there that we can't use, but there's a heck of a shelf cloud on that.
Well, I'm not going to use it. They were
Oh, and they're
anyway,
using that
never mind.
camera too.
Angela Helsley says, so are all these storms going to be out of Beaver Dam before 7 tonight, going to an outside concert there? And yes, I think they will.
Probably so, yeah.
Well, I turned the watch back on. I think I'm going to go back and turn it off because they haven't really made much changes that concerns us. Maybe they reduced these last few counties over here, but
Yeah, that's what they've done. They're just slowly trimming it back.
that wasn't much.
But well, their discussion says that they're considering trimming more.
When are they supposed to cancel this special weather statement?
Yeah, let me see. In 17 minutes.
We'll see what these little line of storms will do. This is the final push from the west, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Andrew Cook says, do we have rain for tomorrow? Actually, we have decreasing cloudiness for tomorrow, so it may actually be a pretty nice day.
Yeah. There's a pretty good little line of showers trying to pop up just along and north of US 68 as it goes through Trigg County there. But we'll wait and see what they do. They don't look too strong right now, but they are forming kind of a linear formation.
I was going to look at the lakeside camera. I guess that's part of it right there we're seeing. Come back up to Barkley. There it is. And that would be what we're seeing come over this area of the radar. Again, if you haven't subscribed, it sure would be a favor for you to subscribe to us. I would appreciate it. It helps us more than you know. But you have got to get ready to see what we're going to show you. You guys are going to be so thrilled. I can't wait to see it. It's almost like a that Christmas I'm waiting for when I was a kid.
Yeah, waiting to open up that package. I think everybody's going to love it.
Oh, I do too. There is no doubt in my mind. We sure have worked hard on it, especially our good friend Seacor.
Yep.
We were already planning it, but boy, he really shot us into the next century, though.
New information. This
Yep.
severe, considerable, destructive
That's
thunderstorm
for Wayne,
warning has been
Kentucky.
updated.
That's way on off to the east. Looks like Nashville's now out of the severe thunderstorm warning, at least. You know what, Andrea? I'm wondering where I should put that, where you guys could download that song.
New information. This severe, considerable, destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I don't think I have it on this particular computer. If I did, I would put it where you could get it now, but I don't have it on here. I'll get with Seacor and see what we can do about getting it where you guys can download it. I promise. And then we'll see. Tomorrow's Friday, so we'll be on tomorrow to do our end of the week update, and I will try to hopefully have it for you tomorrow. Lee says we're in the beginning of an ice age. I wouldn't go that far.
According to scientists, we've been in the beginning of an ice age since the 70s.
I thought it was global warming.
Well, it was an ice age first.
Oh.
Then it was global warming. Now it's just climate change.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
People often ask me what I think about that as a meteorologist, and I just say the climate is always changing, and I hope it continues to change, because if it ever stops changing, the planet died.
Yep, that's true. Is Sturgis real busy up there?
Yeah, doing it in his phone.
He is.
What can I do for you?
Sam,
He
come
says,
up
"What
here,
can he do for you?"
I'm gonna let him
He
relieve
said,
me
"Come
for
up
a
there
second.
now."
Go to the chamber pot.
What did he say? Did he say something nasty?
No.
Always a comedian. Come the other way. Here. I'm gonna let you take it for a few minutes.
No, not viewed as. Okay.
Yeah, he did. We all heard him.
What's that?
Said, "Yeah, he did. We all heard him." No.
Okay. Yeah, we got, looks like a pretty good line of storms that are starting to move towards the area.
Yeah, they're a little strong, but I don't think they're severe. And if they follow the trend that's been happening for them as they form up, they'll form up like that, and they'll be looking kind of rough, and then they'll weaken out fairly quick.
Cool.
And this should be the back end of the cold front or whatever pushing through. That is probably going to cool us off and preclude any more severe weather for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
We hope, anyway. That's the running theory at the moment. So everyone hang on tight with us. We'll get through this as soon as we can, and we can all go about our normal panic. I mean,
that is a nasty storm up around Morgantown.
it is, and it's been going on for a while up that way.
Yeah.
That's the only warm storm in our whole area at the moment. But it'll start to weaken down a little bit, and I've seen it. It's lost its warning and then re-intensified and picked it up again. So it is kind of pulsing up and down.
Oh, Ruth says, but first, hey, Dave. Is that me, Dave, or Dave, Dave? Yes, everybody. Ruth says, stay safe and remember to like and share every chance you get.
Yeah. Andrea Cook, we are working on getting more stickers made up. I don't know if they're quite ready yet, but they should be very, very soon.
Thank you, Andrea. Dave number 2. So they're still starting to trim the severe weather watch back. And
Yes. We don't have it displayed on the radar right there
Yeah.
now, but they are slowly but surely starting to carve it off from the west as it moves on this way. I'm just waiting for the announcement of how far to the west or how far to the east they're going to carve it out for us. They're probably waiting on this last line of storms to get through us here too. So just to make sure.
Yeah, they said something about cool air is starting to move into the area, so that's lowering our chances for severe weather.
Mm-hmm. Quite a bit, actually.
Dave Jr. Believe it or not, I am a junior. And they used to call me Fuzzy because before I shaved it, that's what it was.
Old song on Captain Kangaroo about Fuzzy Wuzzy the polar bear.
I should
Fuzzy
remember
Wuzzy,
that, and I don't remember that.
It was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy lost his hair in a North Pole barber chair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he?
I always wondered where that came from. Looks like all the rain is either moved to the north of us or to the south of us.
Yeah, just this one last little line of storms to come through. We'll see. They do seem to be doing what I thought they were going to do, which is they pop up and they look like they may become kind of nasty, but then they start to weaken out fairly quickly.
Right.
Right now, they're still just to the west of Katie's.
Just out of curiosity, let's look and see. And it doesn't look like there's any rotation in those storms. It's a little bit just north of Katie's, but it doesn't look like anything really to be worried about.
No.
That was a funny noise.
Which one?
The beep, beep, beep. Is Goodlettsville done? And hi, Tammy. Let's see.
Let
Storm
me
down in
look down that
Goodlettsville.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me open it up a little bit. Yeah, it looks like Goodlettsville is clear. That storm has moved off to the southeast.
Yeah, there's still some storms in your area, but they don't appear to be severe. So you may still get some rain and thunder and lightning, but it looks like your severe threat is diminishing now.
Yeah.
A new flash flood warning has
Hi,
been issued.
Denise. Yeah, that flash flood warning, it looks like, is over around Campbellsville in Kentucky. And We were in the slight risk for severe weather today,
A
just
new
barely.
severe
So,
thunderstorm warning has
hey, I
been
guess
Well, we
issued.
started off in just the marginal, but then when they
Right.
came out with their mid-morning update, they put us all in the slight. And yeah, it's probably been justified. There's been several severe thunderstorm warnings.
Yeah, true.
The stronger storms that are well off to the east are really still going. The ones that are over like Monticello and Corbin, Kentucky, over in that area, they've got a warning that just popped up over there, and
Yeah.
they've got a max hail size on that storm of 2.25 inches, which is really big hail.
Yeah. And it says that it's probably dropping some hail. It says
Yeah.
100% chance that it's dropping hail. That's how I read that. I'm not sure if that's what it means or not.
Yes, it is. That's a percentage chance that any hail. There's two different things: any hail reaching the ground and severe hail reaching the ground. And I think both of those are kind of maxed out for that one. Yeah, 100% hail probability, 100% severe hail probability. So that means at least an inch size hail reaching the ground, probably larger than that.
Yeah, and we're seeing these storms from the Fort Campbell radar. So, I mean, that's a long way.
Yeah, that's getting away pretty far. We'd have to go over to the Jackson radar to look at them any closer.
Yeah.
Let me look at that real quick.
See if I can find that radar.
Yeah,
the
it
folks
doesn't
at
look
home.
like it's got any tornadic stuff with it, but it's definitely a very intense storm.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Still trying to find that radar site. Close radar over there. I don't see it yet.
Jackson, you got to go north from where you're at there. See that gray dot? Just to your right there. See where Jackson is? There should be a round gray dot with nothing in it.
Gosh, I don't see Jackson. Jefferson. Jackson. I'm pouring over this thing.
Okay. You may have to go a little bit
Oh,
farther
there it
east.
is. Oh, gone. That was way over there. Oh, good golly. Yeah. It's still a pretty good storm. And the wind, yeah, there's some rotation in that cloud. You can see it right in here.
Yeah, a little bit. Usually, if you're going to have hail that big, you got to have a rotating updraft to get it to be strong enough.
Push it up.
To get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the purple areas here on the radar, they kind of signify a hail core. So that's where the hail would be falling.
Yeah. Back here in our region, there's a pretty good storm that just popped up around Kelly.
A new severe thunderstorm
But
warning has been issued.
it's like the rest. It's probably going to pop up and then back off. And then a little line forming from Cobb down to around Aurora.
Okay.
And again, that's coming off to the east.
And Aurora's going to be over in this area, I believe.
Yeah, on the far side of the lakes.
Yep. That's right. It's like way over here somewhere. Yeah. In this area here. It's going to be Aurora. Gosh, when I was a kid, there was a catfish house over in Aurora that we used to go to.
Yeah, it's
And,
probably still there.
No, the last time I drove through there, which was a couple of years ago when Pop was still around, He
Yeah.
wasn't there anymore, I don't think.
The big thing in Aurora is the drive-in place with the ice cream and such.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're seasonal. They close down for the winter, but in the spring they open back up, and then they're open all summer, and then they'll close down, and then a certain time in the fall they'll be both open again for a week or
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
and then they close down for the winter.
Sayoko is saying, when I was a kid, I always thought every flash flood warning was like, watch out, a tidal wave is coming down the street. That's kind of what I always thought, too.
When I grew up, I was in West Virginia, and when they had warnings like that, it did.
Thanks, Katie, for helping direct me. I didn't see that in time. Well, we're just waiting for these storms to get through, I think, and then we may
Yeah.
have to
Slowly
just
waiting
sit back and
to
wait.
figure out if and when they're going to trim back the watch anymore. Again, we don't have any control over that, so the National Weather Service does that.
I'm trying to think of some of the newer dad jokes that I've heard recently, and I cannot come up with a single one yet. And most of them are things I can repeat. So it looks like it's clearing off in our area for now, and
Yeah.
we still got a couple of showers to pull through. And, we will keep you abreast of what's going on.
Yeah. Of course, those storms are still to the west of downtown Katy, so we're not. Of course, the downtown Katie's camera right now is pointed at the roof, so we're not seeing anything much on it anyway.
Is that what that was I saw when we hit it earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every once in a while their camera will get switched around and it'll end up pointing straight down at the roof, and you won't see anything on it until they get it straightened out.
Right. It's kind of a nice shot from Clarksville.
It is. It is.
You can see these clouds way in the background. Nice silver linings on them. Over on the right.
Yeah. That's a pretty shot.
Yeah, it is. And it kind of looks like the severe weather is diminishing for that area as well. Looks like it's mostly rain. This one looks like. That's nice. Springfield. There's the rain in the background.
Yeah.
Coming
Slowly
their
but
way.
surely coming our way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, this is always the hardest part in weather. You know pretty well that things are going to start calming down. You're waiting for all this stuff to expire so you can call it, but you've got to wait because there's just that chance that something more could pop up.
Yep. Yep. Katie Abrams says it's all good, Dave. I'm originally from the eastern side of the state, but have settled down here in the west. Well, we're glad you're here, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan is asking if there's anything to be worried about tonight.
I don't think so. I think these are all pretty well diminishing. There was never a really high tornado threat with any of this. It was mostly for gusty winds and large hail, and doesn't look like much of that's going to materialize for our area tonight. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah, it seemed to have gone all to the southeast for us.
Mm-hmm.
Way down on, well, it looks like Middle Tennessee heading towards East Tennessee, and then way out in eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, that's where all the energy is pushed to from this. So, again, I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of anything.
We're still staying on just simply because we're waiting to see if the National Weather Service, number one, cuts back the warning, the watch area, and also to see if these storms decide to intensify.
Yeah. The one that's just to the south and east of Aurora looks kind of stout, but again, we'll see. A lot of times they pulse up like that and then they die out just as quickly.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a hail marker or anything with that, so.
Yeah, the portion that's around Canton right now looks like it's pulsed up and then it's starting to weaken down a little bit again. So hopefully everything will start to die off.
Oh, we could sure.
We are getting cell markers. Yeah. The cell markers are usually indicating that there is some lightning in those. So.
Oh, is that what that means? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the airport at Hopkinsville says here it's 70 degrees. Dew point is 63 degrees. And says that the sky cover is clear.
Yeah. The Mesonet site says it's 68. Dew point is 64. And they've had a little bit of precip. The winds are from the northwest at 6. So again, they're already starting to get the cooler air pushing in this direction.
And that storm that passed through Kelly and around Fearsville looks like it's holding together, but it's kind of spreading out and doesn't look
maybe
like
starting
much.
to weaken a little.
Maybe, yeah. It says here that the storm in around Canton will start to poke through our area around 5:15 is what it says on the markers here.
Yeah, that's in about 35 minutes or so.
Yeah. Gracie, it should hit there around 5:09. Hades, you'll probably see it at about 4:49 or 4:50, somewhere around that. Again, most of the weather has gone off to either the northeast or the southeast from our area.
Mm-hmm.
And there doesn't appear to be any severe weather in the area that we like to cover.
No, it's all pretty well gone right now. we're just, again, we're hanging on because the watch is still in effect. It would run till 8 o'clock tonight, but I think they'll be trimming it from the west well before then.
And we could use the rain. So
Yeah, yeah. Even after all the flooding and stuff we had before, we could definitely, we don't want to get too dry. We don't want to get too dry. Although a lot of the areas that are flooded out, I've noticed that there's still roads in Christian County that are still underwater.
I know, right? The road from Paducah, I'm sorry, the road from Pembroke to Interstate 24.
It's
I don't.
still
Is it
blocked
still
off.
closed? Yeah.
It was as of Sunday because we passed by there when we go to church, and when we came home, they still had the barricades up. So
A new severe
Let's see.
thunderstorm warning. has been
Andrew
issued.
says, is the band near Clarksville coming into Kentucky, or is it safe to mow?
I
think
don't know that band is coming into Kentucky. I'm thinking it seems to be kind of weakening off, depending on exactly where you're at. But there are storms approaching from the west that you might have to watch out for. So you may want to hold off just a little bit there before you start mowing.
I just started the motion on the storms, and maybe that'll help you make a decision, Andrew. I don't know where you're located, so maybe it'll help. Nashville's got a flood advisory.
With as much rain as they had out of those storms going through, I can imagine.
Yeah. Let's see here. Looking at these clouds here out of Clarksville. You can see it's raining just a bit in the foreground, and looks like there's quite a bit of rain to the east. It's all heading in that direction. Or actually, it was to the south.
Yeah. That camera is actually Stewart County, EMA.
New information.
They're definitely still getting rain down that way.
Yep.
And they can see all those storms off to their north.
Newburgh, Ohio Township is reporting pea-sized hail in Newburgh.
Where at?
Newburgh,
Newburgh.
Ohio Township.
You say Newburgh,
Yeah, they're reporting pea-sized
Indiana.
hail.
Indiana?
A
Yeah,
new
that's up
severe
around
thunderstorm
Evansville,
warning has been issued.
I believe.
Yeah, they are reporting pea-sized hail. So
There it is.
New
There's
information.
Newburgh.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, there's a little hail core in that one. Right in here.
yeah,
And Wayne Wilson is just coming on. Says, do we have any bad weather headed towards Hopkinsville?
probably not really bad. We do have a line of storms that's just over by Katie's. It's coming this way. Generally, if they hold together that long, they seem to be diminishing pretty quick right now. But we're not looking for any severe weather through the rest of the night. No.
Yeah, in fact, they're starting to trim the watch area out towards the west. So we're hoping to be moved out of that shortly. It's Brillian's got a couple of showers in the area. That's all falling apart there. Katie's that storm just east of Barkley. Barkley Lake looks like it's starting to diminish. Same way for the one in Aurora, which is over in this area.
Yep. I mean, these seem to pop up and look like they're going to strengthen a lot, but then they just run out of steam and start to diminish just after a couple of radar cycles. So probably they hit their peak for about 10, 15 minutes and then start to weaken back out.
You're welcome, Wayne. We're doing the best we can for our area, trying to keep you all safe. I have to get some reading material for this next time I do this. Gotta come up with some stories.
101 ad-lib lines that nobody else would use.
What's my favorite one? My favorite one is, where there's a will, I want to be in it.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones is still, hey, no matter where you go, there you are.
Absolutely. Yep. And then there's always Murphy's Law.
Mute your mic for a second.
Okay.
I was going to say we try not to broadcast Dave's ringtone when it comes in, just in case. It is just a ringtone, though. Okay, you can go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to turn my phone down all the way.
I just put on mine on do not disturb or silent or whatever. Yeah. And if there's nothing that anybody needs to get a hold of me for, then can't wait till after the broadcast.
Right.
Just like when I'm driving.
Thank you, Denise. Denise Darnell says, y'all are doing a great job today.
Hey, we're trying. Appreciate it.
We owe you $5 for the compliment. No, thank you. Don't forget to share and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. It helps our analytics, and we'd appreciate you doing that if you would. And I'm going to turn this over to the Master of Ceremonies, David Powell, and put your hands together and let's give him a roaring applause.
Or at least a roar.
Howdy, hi there, friends and neighbors.
Hey, welcome back, Dave.
Yeah, I had to go do some stuff over next door. Let's see here. I don't know who all's answered who, but Andrew Trauber says, is that band near Clarkston coming to Kentucky, or is it safe to mow? It's safe to mow.
Probably so. We never figured out exactly where he was at, so we were trying to figure out where he was. If he's over in Todd County, well, he may get those showers that are coming our direction a little bit later, but that's only if they all hold together.
I think we're done. To be honest with you, this storm right here, just east of Canton, it's dying. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
The other one is already diminished.
Yeah.
Around Fearsville's over with. It's done. Central City's pretty well done.
Yeah. We don't have any warnings in our area, close by anyway, right now.
New information.
In our coverage area, I think there's still some off to the east in Tennessee and in Kentucky, but we're pretty well done. We're just...
There's a friend, Mike Bynum, says, hello, Thunder Buddies. Hello, David. Hello, Mark. How Ewan's doing today?
Yeah, Williams is doing good.
Williams is all doing good, Mike. But we see that you got a little rain up there. It's nothing to worry about. Doesn't look severe or anything like that. Just some nice, fine rain. Thank you, Denise. Stephanie, Boston, Kentucky girl says, bye, Dave. I think she likes Dave better than she does me. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, this storm's over with. I don't think there's any doubt now.
New information. This severe thunderstorm.
So, Mark, you know what I think?
What's that?
I think it's time we shut her down.
Well, I'm all for that. We've been kind of waiting around to see when they would cut out the severe thunderstorm watch, but you know how that goes. If we wait on them,
we'd be here till midnight. But yeah, I think we're good. To be honest with you, I don't see anything back to the west forming. I see these storms weakening. They're not even considered storms. What I would consider storms. Of course, my opinion might be different than everybody else's.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
You know the old saying, every once in a while a little rain cloud comes by and cries on you. Well, that's about what those are right now.
Yeah, some of them storms cry because it's a shame for what it's done to the people underneath. Oh, there's my sister saying hey to me. Hi, sis. Sheila Meadows. It's always good to see family with me. Well, I hate, sis, that you missed most of the broadcast, but it's good to see. Well, you can see me. I can't see you. But I know what you look like. Tammy Tam, we need to get little David a black wig. Then he would be like Big Dave. Oh, I wouldn't take Dave Sturge. You need to smack her upside the head. I swear. Anyway, but Mark, I don't see any reason staying online. It looks like even over around Franklin, everything's clear there. I don't see, you might get some showers up there a little later, but nothing at all to speak of. It's going to be anything to be concerned about, even though we still got the severe thunderstorm watch out. I'm going to zoom out real quick, and you can see where all the severe weather is way on off to the east, over into western North Carolina. I just don't see anything to be worried about. So if I don't see anything to be worried about, then why would we be worried about it? Got it?
We're not.
That's right. We're not.
No. We can tell everyone have a great evening, and we'll see them tomorrow for our regularly scheduled update.
Yeah, and you guys got to stay listening to my closing song. I really like it. I like it. I'm going to make these MP3s available to you guys here pretty quick. I'm going to talk to Seacor tomorrow. There he is. Speaking of the devil, he says, I'm relieved there is nothing else coming. Seacor, I'm going to need you to help me get the MP3 where these guys can download it. I guess we put it on this site here or something. I don't know. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, everybody. I'm fixing to get out of here. Mark, you got any last words to say?
everybody enjoy your evening. The sun's coming out. The air is cooler. A little bit damp, but it's going to be a great evening and a nice day tomorrow. So we will see you tomorrow afternoon.
Yep. And yeah, we will be back on tomorrow afternoon, just so you know. So anyway, be sure to listen to this closing song. See if you like this music. Some of you, if you haven't stayed to listen to it and tell me what you think tomorrow. So if I don't see you here, I'll see you here.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all for watching our show. We've had such fun, but now must go. Every moment's been a delight. Until next time, we say good night. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air, but don't forget to like and share. Storm warnings flash across the screen. Nature's power in all its scenes. Updates flowing through the feed.